In this wisdom series video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the battle, right? So this idea of a battle is one of the oldest ideas in the mind of men. This idea that there is something to struggle against, something to fight against, something to reach out and strike out against, something on the outside, something to wrestle with. And this concept of the battle falls very much into the realm of polarity, or the realm. I say the realm of polarity. Really, it's a realm of thinking known as polarity. And polarity is anytime there's two sides to something. There's good and there's bad. There's right and there's wrong. There's happy and there's sad. There's rich and there's poor. There's you get the idea, right? Kind of these opposites. If we're dwelling in a world of opposites, then we're dwelling in a world of duality. And in that world of duality falls under this idea of polarized or polarity thinking, right? Now, the battle emerges out of polarity thinking. And I want you to take a moment here to think about what you are fighting against in your life, what you are fighting against in your life. Or you can also look at, what is the world fighting against, right? Now, it's interesting because some organizations, particularly in the realm of politics and political organizations, will say that they're fighting for something. And yet we understand, as students of consciousness, as students of the creative power of our own wonderful human imagination, we understand that what we resist persists. What we fight against will remain. We will not beat something. We will not conquer something by fighting it. We can only conquer something. We can only beat something by rising above, by rising beyond that thing. So what we resist, we understand, persists. What we fight against will fight back, right? The only winner of the war on drugs was drugs, because what you fight is going to stay around for forever, right? As long as you continue to fight it. Now, we can look at a Bible story as a metaphor for this. So the way the Bible story goes, this is the story of Lot's wife. Lot and his wife were escaping the city, and they were headed to a more desirable place. So they're leaving behind something that wasn't working for them, and they're headed towards something that they desired, something that would work for them. And as they were leaving the city, God said to them, "Do not look back at the city. Focus all of your attention on what you do want. Focus all of your attention on this new city that you are moving to, this new state that you are moving to and into. Do not look back at the old state." And of course, what did Lot's wife do? Lot's wife turned around and looked at the city they were departing. She gazed at what she didn't want. She fought. Through her attention upon it, she began to fight the old story. And what happened? Well, according to the metaphorical story, this parable, Lot's wife was transformed into a pillar of salt. Now, what do we understand salt to be? Salt is a preservative. Salt is a preservative, meaning that when we gaze at what we don't want, when we fight against something, fight against the injustices of the world, when we resist something, it persists because we are preserving that state through our attention upon it. You and I are life-giving spirits. That which we focus upon grows with life. When we focus upon that which we do not want, we grow it with our life-giving spirit. Our life-giving spirit does not discriminate in the world of polarity. It does not exist in the realm of polarity. It is not thinking about what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, what is wealthy, what is poor, what is happy, what is sad. The life-giving spirit doesn't view things from the limited mind of man, which is the realm of polarity thinking. The life-giving spirit merely outpictures that which we focus upon. Its whole job is to bring us more of the template that we hold in consciousness of the world. So when I hold a template, a blueprint for the world in my consciousness that says that this is bad, and I'm fighting, railing against, the oppression, or railing against the injustice, what I'm doing is I'm in my blueprint, I am focusing all of my energy in the part of my blueprint that I don't want, but my consciousness, being the creative power of the universe, doesn't care whether I want it or not. It is focused on outpicturing that part of the blueprint which I am flowing the energy into. So what is the answer here? So the answer is to withdraw our attention from what we don't want, to stop resisting that which we do not want, understanding that what we resist persists. That which we fight against is going to win, right? So what do? Being students of consciousness, students of imagination, students of wisdom, what we do is we learn to rise beyond it. When we have problems with the courts, when we have problems with the systems of men, right? We don't fight against them. We don't serve them papers. We don't attack, right? We go into our blueprint and we modify the blueprint. We're playing the game at a higher level than a lot of sleeping individuals in the world can even comprehend. We, understanding that we have the keys to that higher level, we go within, we close the door to the senses, we close the door to the external world, and we modify the blueprint. And how do we do that? We remember who we are. We remember the truth of our infinite nature. We remember that we are the creative power of the universe. We reestablish our supreme faith in I am. We reestablish our supreme faith in I am. And from that supreme faith in I am, we write the blueprint of what we do want. We hear the news. We read the news. Whatever our imaginal picture is that resonates most clearly with our desire, we hear, we see, we confirm with evidence in our imagination, evidence that implies the fulfillment of our desire. So if we were previously fighting against injustice and we want to change the root of the injustice, we don't go out and demonstrate and fight against it, right? Now, you certainly can. People do. But from the perspective of a wisdom student, that is not the answer. That might be a fun social outing, right? But that is not the answer. Demonstrating, railing against the oppressors, that is not what solves the problem. What solves the problem is changing the blueprint. All of that is merely an rearrangement of surfaces, has nothing to do with the actual root. And as students of wisdom, it behooves us to find the root, to go into the root, meaning within our consciousness, within our blueprint, and rewrite the blueprint to that which matches our desire, and then hear, see, somehow feel it real evidence that implies that that situation has now changed to match our desired blueprint, and then trust in the power of I am to give that blueprint life and expression in its own perfect way. He has ways I know not of. My consciousness has ways that I, as a limited human being in the conscious realm, know not of, and I don't need to. All I need to do is remember and reestablish my infinite faith in the power of I am. And this is how we overcome anything in the world. Fear not, it is I. I have overcome the world. That's it for this Wisdom Perspectives video. We'll see you in the next. Imagine wisely, my friends.